Hey YouTube, Chase Variant, back at it again, and I got a bunch of books for you, so I'm going to jump right into it. Let's get started. This is the DC Universe Rebirth line. This is Deathstroke number 16, Twilight Story. This is the fourth book of the Twilight Story arc. It is the A cover variant. This is World War Tank Girl from Titan Comics. It's the B cover variant. It's a 0-1. And it's just a magnificent cover reminding me of those old pulp stories. And it's no accident. The story takes place in the 40s. Tank Girl finds herself fighting Nazis in the traditional Tank Girl way. So the comedy is very much an acquired taste. But if you're into Tank Girl, this is a pretty cool book. I picked up Zenescope's April Fool's edition of Grim Tales of Terror. And this is number 1. This is the A cover. And I hope I don't give you nightmares, guys, because this is some spooky shit right here. It's more of a comedy book than it is a terror book. It has horrible, horrible stories that are tinged in comedy. Some of the stories work, some of the stories don't. I picked it up because I just felt like that monster in the mirror and Taylor Swift's reaction is just too classic. I couldn't let it go. I also bought X-Men Gold number 1, 001 from Marvel Comics. It's the A cover variant. It follows up on it begins the X-Men Gold series that was started in Prime, an X-Men group led by Kitty Pryde. And I'm really excited about this run because X-Men have been fighting off death for what seems like at least a decade or more. Every arc is about their impending doom, about how they're almost dead, about how they can't survive. And I just got kind of tired about that. All these huge events about facing extinction and things like that. So I kind of fell off with X-Men, but I'm back and I like these stories. They seem more character driven, like the classic X-Men books of the 80s. And so I'm really happy about that. And hopefully we can get some really good character development and really good stories out of this, and not just fodder for the shelves to sell X-Men books. And I picked up from DC Universe Rebirth line Harley Quinn number 17, and I love it. I'm not a regular Harley Quinn collector, but I love this book. It's a fun looking book with the classic Paul Dini Harley and the more modern Roller Girl Harley back to back on what looks like a diamond playing card. Just beautiful. And this book has a story from Paul Dini in it. So this book is Red Meat Story Arc Part 1, Harley Quinn, A cover variant from the DC Universe line number 17. I also picked up the B cover variant. It's the Cho variant. Shows Harley, looking at herself in the mirror, trying on her own outfit, saying, hey, it still fits, with the Joker calendar indicating that it is definitely April 1st. That's an awesome cover. And that's a DC Universe Rebirth line Harley Quinn number 17 B cover variant. Another book I picked up was DC Universe Rebirth Batman I Am Bane story arc. This is book number 4 and it is number 20 of the Batman line. It shows your venomous luchador just breaking out of his mask and looming over the Dark Knight, and Batman's looking like he's ready for reaction. This book is just a gorgeous book. I absolutely love it. It's the DC Universe Rebirth line Batman number 20 A cover. I picked up Marvel Comics number 1 Royals. This is the hip hop variant. It is an homage to Frank Ocean's Blonde cover, and it shows Medusa with her hair cut and what seems like an introspective moment of weakness. A really, really beautiful book. Marvel Comics number 1 Royals hip hop variant. Okay. I picked up Iron Fist number 2 from Marvel Comics. This is the A cover variant showing Danny Rand walking down a smoky alley with the golden visage of the Iron Fist behind him, and his hands are all wrapped up and bloody because he's either heading to or coming from an ass beating. This story is one of the stories where Iron Fist has to prove his mettle in a tournament, and I'm very excited about that because those are usually some of my favorite Iron Fist stories, my favorite being, of course, the Immortal Weapons series. I picked up Couriers number 1 from Zenescope Comics. Beautiful cover about a dystopian future where you pay these guys to take things where they need to be taken. And this is the badass group of the Couriers. Haven't read it yet, but it looks like a lot of fun and I can't wait to jump into it. It's Couriers number 1. This is the B cover variant from Zenescope Comics. I also picked up Running with the Devil, Bullseye #1 from, number 3 from Marvel Comics. And another fantastic Running with the Devil cover. If you're a Bullseye fan, then this book is all about you. The whole story is a lot of fun. It's super bloody, so it's definitely a mature affair. But it's Bullseye. What do you expect? He can kill you with a paperclip, you know? And it's just a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. That's the number 3 Bullseye Marvel Comics Running with the Devil. I picked up America 002 from Marvel Comics, and this is the A cover variant, and this cover is just beautiful. I can't even really put it into words. I'm gonna try. I mean, it reminds me of an old album cover. I want to say a Slash album cover from the 90s, but I just can't put my finger on it. If you guys know if this is an actual homage of a cover, let me know. Or am I just, you know, having false memories here? But this cover is magnificent. It shows America with Captain Marvel and Spectrum on either side of her. And she's got this, you know, this grimace on her face like, what have I gotten myself into? And the colors on this are just popping. The graffiti wall that they're standing in front of looks magnificent. This book, I can't say enough about how just fantastically beautiful America 002 from Marvel Comics is. The A cover. I also picked up Infinite 7 from Action Lab Danger Zone Comics. This is number 3 of Infinite 7. And if you guys have been watching my hauls, you know that I'm really, really enjoying the Infinite 7 line. And they tend to be harder to find. And I got more information about that. So each of the covers only have 1,500 books published. So there were 5 covers for each 1, 2, and 3. Each cover has 1,500 books each. Kind of reason probably why they're so hard to find. And I was lucky enough to get 4 of this month's 5 covers in one location. I was thrilled about that. This is the B cover. Okay. This is the C cover. Really like this. Really like this book. It reminds me, of course, of Training Day with Denzel Washington. And then you have Zen, who is the book's clone, Calvin clone, if you will, of Bruce Lee. And the Infinite 7 are comprised of a whole bunch of characters that are just skirting copyright infringement, if you know what I mean. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but not quite so much. It's got a guy who looks like Bruce Lee. It's got a guy who looks like Denzel Washington. It's got a guy who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's got, I mean, the classic action tropes are presented in their characters. It's a lot of fun. Infinite 7, number 3. I also picked up what they're calling the movie poster variant for Infinite 7 number 3, and that's a straight homage of the Training Day movie poster. The book's a lot of fun. Can't recommend it enough. I also picked up X-Men Gold number 1. This is the 1 in 15 variant, I believe, and I love it. Shows Old Man Logan and Kitty Pryde walking past an image, and being reflected onto them are older or alternate versions of themselves. Kitty's looking at the reflection and Sprite is looking back at her. Old Man Logan is looking at the reflection with Wolverine looking back at her. And each of the reflected images are older versions of the Sprite, being right out of the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, and that rendition of Wolverine is right off the cover of, you know, Hulk 181 when he first appeared. I love this book. It's just really clever, really, really beautiful art. And that's X-Men Gold 01 from Marvel Comics. I also picked up Royals 001. This is the 1 in 25 variant. It is an all-black book, and it is immaculate, showing Gorgon and Black Bolt on the cover. In the midst of action, Gorgon seems as though he just stomped the ground or is raising up the ground, and Black Bolt ready to speak his mind. This book is beautiful. It is a Marvel 001 Royals, and that is a 1 in 25. I was lucky enough to find Marvel 002 America. This is the 1 in 50, and it is spectacular. It shows America Chavez jumping out of one of her star transport effects. And it's just gorgeous, just gorgeous. There are only probably going to be about 50,000 of this particular book, America number 2, printed. So the 1 in 50 is pretty hot right now, guys. And that's because it'll probably have less than 1,000 copies of this particular cover. And that's just speculation based on experience and on last month's print of number 1. It printed about 60,000, so I'm expecting a 20,000 drop or so with number 2, which is common. And love it, love it, love it, love it. I was able to pick it up for about 25 bucks, and people are paying kidneys for it right now. I don't expect the outlandish prices to hold, but I do expect this book to mature very well and to maintain a mature status in the market in the long run. And that is Marvel 002 America 1 in 50. And that's my haul, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, please click like. If you haven't already, please click subscribe. And if you got something to tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong, leave a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate it. I'm Chase Variant, and I'm out.